as many of you know, we always start the show a little memorabilia. How about 9 pieces of memorabilia? This is a 7, well actually this is a 9 panel with 8 cards of the same guy. My old college buddy, Kenny Landreaux of the Dodgers. Now Kenny was the answer to the trivia question, who caught the last out of the 1981 World Series? And that man would be Ken Landreaux. And he's a good friend of mine. Oh, there he is. There's one of the sword on here. Oh, there he is. But this is 8 panels of just 8 cards of just Kenny. I'm holding it sideways so you don't see the glare. And we met in college a long, long time ago. Let me show you, for those of you who don't know the story, I'm not going to go into it in detail, but let's just show you a picture of the 2 buddies when we got back together again about 10 years ago. This is pretty cool. There he is. There I am. Yeah. Very proud of that guy. I'll tell you why. Not only was he a great world champion on the Dodgers way back when, but he's one of those very few athletes that went back to school, got his degree, and he did it 40 years after the fact. Way to go, Kenny. Let's start the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. They're playing.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
They're playing tonight. We're playing tonight. Got 2 shows this week for you, today and Thursday. Dodgers are playing tonight. So come on in, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. I'm Randy, you know who you are. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your LA Dodgers. Yeah, man, love the stash on that one, too. This is the 27th day of April, 2026. Our last show was on the 21st, I guess, something like that. Okay. Anyway, the Dodgers wake up today 19-9 on the season. Good for first place. Please, no calls while we're here. Dodgers wake up 19-9 on the season. Good for first place. Half a game over the Padres. 3.5 games over the Diamondbacks. 6 games over the Giants. 6.5 games ahead of the Rockies in the NL West. We like that. All right, in the news, let's just get you up to date in case you missed the last series. You missed 2 out of 3. Man, we had a great series here. The Cubbies were in town to start the homestand. Dodgers lost game 1. Dansby Swanson hit a tie-breaking 2-run homer in the 9th inning to cap off a 4 RBI performance, rallying those Cubbies ahead of our Dodgers 6-4 on Friday night. It was the Cubs' 10th consecutive victory. Thanks again to Lorraine and her gang over at BLS for carrying the Apple feed of that game here on Facebook. It's one of the only ways you can watch the game unless you had some other 2 of our other 6 ways to watch, but that was the best way. And I did watch a lot with all those guys. In Game 2, the Dodgers got back into the win column with a resounding 12-4 pounding, bludgeoning of the Cubs on Saturday evening, putting an end to the Chicago's MLB best 10-game winning streak. And setting up a rubber game on Sunday's series finale, Roki Sasaki earned his 2nd victory, with the Dodgers rallied with 6 runs in the 4th to beat the Cubbies 12-4. Max Muncy hit the lone Dodger home run. Let's hear that one right now. Hit it, Max.
Ripped to right center field and deep. Suzuki's going back and watching it for the tie game. Max Muncy with a home run, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So we won that game handily, as they say. And in Game 3, Justin Robleski blew everybody away with 6 scoreless innings. He won his 4th straight start as the Dodgers beat the Cubs 6-0. 6-0. Shutout. By going a triple shy of the cycle, Ohtani put an end to a pair of unfavorable streaks. He snapped his 6-game streak without an extra base hit with a double off left-hander Shota Imanaga in the 5th inning, and then ended his longest homerless streak as a Dodger at 11 games with this solo shot off Southpaw Hobie Milner in the 7th inning. His 6th of the season. Hit it, Shohei. Yeah.
Serving up a high drive to left center field and gone. Shohei Ohtani with an opposite field home run. So Ohtani ends his longest homerless drought since putting on a Dodger uniform and makes this a 6-0 game.
Woo! Glad of that. Boy, 11 games without a home run. That's a record for him in the Dodger uniform. And it was good to get him back on the charts with another home run. So that was good. And Dodgers won 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. So that's it. Firmly entrenched once again. First place in the NL West. Whew. All right, let's do a quick injury report for you. These are latest updates. When I do these are just the latest ones that we heard about in the last day or so. You notice that I guess Will Smith was out, 2 games? Ooh, that was tough. But when you got Dalton rushing, why not? We can afford to let him have a little more rest. His expected return is tonight. Actually, he was out of the starting lineup in consecutive games the past 2 days. Dave Roberts said that Smith is day-to-day and could return to the lineup tonight. He had some back tightness. That was all it was. But you can rest a guy. Like, it's a long season. Catcher's a very demanding position, and when you got like a hot guy like Dalton rushing, you got to play the hot hand anyway. Rushing was hitting over 400 for the last week or so. So he's still doing pretty good. So it's good that we got a great backup catcher like that. And then how about infielder Tommy Edman? This is one that's been going on for a while. He's recovering from his right ankle surgery, in the off season. He's not expected back till late May, maybe even early June. And when you got Hae-Sung Kim, you don't need to rush anybody back right away, right? We got a lot of guys that can do this. His status remains that he's resumed facing live pitching. He's still only doing straight line running. He's not running bases yet. And he's building up slowly because he doesn't want to hurt that ankle again. Those are very delicate bones in there. And that was updated just the other day. So those are 2 that are coming back. Now, Mookie Betts with his right oblique. We're up to me. I'd let the guy have 2 or 3 months off. But his status right now, he's taking batting practice in the cage. He could begin a rehab assignment during the week of May 1st or 3rd, somewhere in there, or early the following week. And they don't want to rush him back because, man, when you got an oblique going, that's very, you can feel okay, and then all of a sudden you can snap it again. And just, obliques are very tender, so don't want to mess with those things. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. Whenever I do this, that's the international sign of fun stuff. Well, it's all fun. It's a podcast. Let's do some shout-outs. We got a lot of shout-outs today, as we usually do. Here we go. Let's give it up. All right. Shout-outs to Marilyn S., Frank R., Miles S., Marco S., Timothy H., Timothy F., Ariel S., Big Jack of the Vipers, who once again had 2 more home runs, won a laser shot about 2 inches over the left field fence. I couldn't believe he just laser beam, just cleared it, just straight out. Maria, so Big Jack. Maria P., Yaya E., Alma V., Jenny WRC, no, Jenny WC, Richard G., Paul D., Lynn T., Roger Yee, you and me, and Fox Jabri, who's Fox Cali because he is El Zorro. Thank you very much for everybody watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Thanks also for subscribing on YouTube and following us here on Facebook. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends where we are. Tell them to watch us too. Tell them to like us on Facebook. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. We're always talking Dodgers. We're always showing Dodger memorabilia, baseball cards all the time, programs, whatever. Welcome aboard to all the newbies. One more time for all the newbies. Yeah, you know who you are. Okay. Glad to have you here with us. Tell all your friends. Okay. Also, if you have fan mail, you can sock it to me here on Facebook. You can write to letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. And for the first time ever this season, first season in 20 years, if you have comments, you can put them right here in this YouTube video. How about that? It's never been able to do that before because we didn't have the ability. Now we do. All right, let's do some Dodger history here. Professor Randy on the call. This date in Dodger history, April 27th. Not too long ago, but long enough. Most of you probably don't remember this, but some of you do. 1984. Rick Honeycutt pitches a rain-shortened one-hitter to defeat the Padres 1-0 in San Diego. The contest was called with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Steve Yeager drove in the only run with a homer in the 2nd inning off Tim Lawler. Way to go, Boomer. Game called. End of the game in the 7th. Rain out. Well, it wasn't a rain out. Dodgers won because if you're playing after 5, they call it, you still get to whatever the score is. So we were leading the Padres 1-0. We win the game. And Rick Honeycutt pitching a one-hitter. I mean, that's pretty good too, huh? Yeah. All right. Stats of the day. We got a bunch of them here. These are the... Now, let's get this straight. I told somebody over the weekend. We only do stats of the day of stats that I think are cool or that I like or something interesting, right? Or different or something that nobody knows. You know, the same old stats we don't need all the time, but some of the cool ones are neat. For example, Justin Robleski is the first Dodger pitcher since 2009 to win his first 4 starts of the season. That's pretty amazing. I mean, now 2009 to some of us isn't that long ago, but yeah, it's I mean, that's a long time ago. It's longer than 20 years ago. That's pretty amazing. Justin Robleski, first Dodger pitcher since 2009 to win his first 4 starts of the season. I like that. All right, another one. Speaking of pitchers, Shohei Ohtani has been very stellar on the mound, as you know, allowing 1 earned run through his first 24 innings for a near pristine 0.38 ERA. Are you bleeping me? Are you shitting me? I can say you could shit me because you know why? This is made not for kids. Okay. Anyway, that's unbelievable. An 0.38 ERA. Come on. And through Sunday's action, the Dodgers starting rotation led the majors with a 2.79 ERA, 18 quality starts, also ranking second with 164 and 2/3 innings pitched. Dodger rotation is happening. Also, we're watching the StatCast Challenge Board. As you know, there's a new set of stats regarding the ABS Automated Ball and Strike Challenge System. And this is an online board featuring all the stats regarding ABS challenges. I don't want to get into all the metrics of it. We'll just look at a couple things. Well, the one I like and I find most fascinating is which of the people in our major leagues have the best shot at overturning calls. Who's the best in the league at doing that? And it's going to be fun because one of our guys is in it. Will Smith is still second in the majors in overturning challenges. He's challenged 28 times. Okay? He's won 19 and lost 9. That's a 68%. That's pretty darn good for second place. He's still behind Salvador Perez of Kansas City. But in the National League, the best guy is Will Smith. So we'll watch Will on this throughout the rest of the season. And speaking of catchers, he's not the only one on the team that's been doing that, but not as successfully because Dalton Rushing has, I think he's called about 7. He's only gotten 2 right. So he's not doing that great, but he doesn't play that often, so that's why. But Will Smith is exemplary, is one of the best guys in the league at doing the challenges. All right, speaking of that, we're also looking at a stat nobody else looks at. They talk about it every night on the tube, but they don't tell you how many times we've done it. Jack in the Box Jumbo Jack Watch. Yes, in case you didn't hear it, I'll say it just through April here. They're doing it again this season. If you watch the TV show, if you watch the Dodgers on TV, or you go to the game, and you see our pitching staff get 7 strikeouts of the other team, then we get Jumbo Jacks the next day for free. All you got to do is order a large drink. This is a small one. And I like to keep track of what our percentage is because they were running the last couple of years at an 80% clip. We're just under that. We're coming back up. So far this season, the team has done it 21 out of 28 games. That's a 75% clip. That's pretty good. Wait a minute. What that means is that 3/4 of the games we play, we get free Jumbo Jacks the next day. I like that. Just for comparison to show you how cool that is, the team ended the regular season last year with the pitching staff turning the trick 7 or more times, 131 times in 162 games. That was an 80% rate. That means that 80% of the games last year, we all could get free Jumbo Jacks with a large drink. I mean, how cool is that? All right, thanks, Jack, and thanks to the Dodger pitching staff for all those free burgers. All right, let's see. Whenever the pitching staff gets 7 or more Ks, all you do is walk into a Jack in the Box restaurant in LA and Ventura County the next day and say, give me the Dodger deal, please. Order a large drink, and you can have it any way you want it. All right, free Jumbo Jacks for everybody. And today's one of those days, by the way, so go get one. All right, quick hit trivia. We're in the midst of running through some of those questions that Mark Langell, my buddy, the team historian, published in his Dodger Insider magazine back in 2017. This is a cool one. And those of you who've been around a while will know this one. Those of you who haven't, well, you can take a guess. We're going to give you a multiple choice. Who was the Dodgers' opening day third baseman in 1970? Who was the Dodgers' opening day third baseman in 1970? Was it A, Ron Cey? Was it B, Dick Allen? Or was it C, Steve Garvey? Answer in just a few minutes. All right, let's get past all the other stuff here. Let's get you out of the ballpark. The Dodgers are meeting with the Fish, the Miami Marlins, starting tonight, Monday, the 27th of April. On the hill for the Blue tonight is Yoshi Yamamoto. He's 2-2 with a 2.48 ERA. Are you kidding me? Wow. Pretty darn good. He's going up against righty Chris Paddock of the Marlins. He's 0-4 with a 6.38 ERA. We had a tee off on that guy. Let's hit about 10 home runs off that guy. 7-10 game tonight on Sportsnet LA. Tuesday night, tomorrow night, April 28th, Shohei Ohtani and his 2-0 record and his 0.38 ERA, minuscule ERA, going up against righty Jansen Junk. Really? Is that the guy's name, Jansen Junk? Wow. He's got a 1-2 record. His ERA ain't no junk, 3.67. That's not too bad. 7-10er on Sportsnet LA. So Monday and Tuesday's games are both at 7:10 p.m. Sportsnet LA. Wednesday, it's a getaway day for the Marlins and for everybody. I think the Dodgers are leaving town too. Wednesday, the 29th of April, Tyler Glasnow. He's 3-0 with a 2.45 ERA. That's amazing. Wait a minute. And he and Shohei both have chances to win their 4th straight win. Who knows? Maybe we can do that. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Tyler's already 3-0. He could get his 4th win like Robleski. He's going against Sandy Alcantara. He's 3-2 with a 3.05 ERA for the Marlins. That's a 12-10er, a 12-10 game on Sportsnet LA Wednesday. All right? 12-10 on Wednesday. You got it? Okay. Let's give you the quick hit trivia answer. A few moments ago, we asked you, who was the Dodgers' opening day third baseman in 1970? Was it A, Ron Cey? Was it C, Richie called me Dick Allen? Yeah, we call him a lot of things out here. And was it C, Steve Garvey? Anybody get it? Yeah, it was Steve Garvey. You may remember that because he was a third baseman before he converted to first base. Yeah, in 1970. He didn't convert till a couple years later, I guess. All right. Other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team on our Facebook page from time to time. Check back often. Probably won't do it till Thursday. Thursday's an off day. I'll be back here on Let's Talk Dodgers talking to you on Thursday. We'll have an extended show with all kinds of fun stuff. Not sure what we're going to play, but I got a lot of really cool. Have you seen those Tommy Hawkins interviews? Tommy Hawkins was a guy that was on the sports news on TV for many years here in Los Angeles. And all his archive of old interviews is coming out on YouTube right now. And I've got a really neat one coming up on Thursday for you. I'll put it in here on Thursday, all right? All right. Let's see, what else we got here? Let's see, before we get going here, I just want to say, thanks to everybody for watching here. Let's Talk Dodgers. Tell your friends where we are. We're going to talk to you again on Thursday. Write to me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here in YouTube, and also hit us up in Facebook. Join our page in Facebook. And I want to hear a lot of this song when we play these Marlins this week. I want to blow the fish out of the water. Okay. Okay. With this one, I want to hear some Randy Newman playing. Yeah. That's right, and I want to hear all of you guys cheering in the background. We love it, and we're going to see you on Thursday, all right? Thanks for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Go Blue, beat the fish. Yeah. Me too. See you next time. Bye-bye.